Hey drivers, behind me is a giant 120-gallon air compressor with a 10 horsepower, 3-phase motor on it and a 2-stage compressor pump. This may or may not be a good thing for us. It's probably a little bit oversized, and I don't really know what kind of condition it's in. It looks a little rough. I ended up with it as part of a larger deal of things that I actually needed, and so kind of just hauled it off for the guy, and he was really good to me on the deal we made, so I think everybody benefited from this one. It does have some expensive electrics inside here, and like I mentioned, it's a 3-phase motor that's 10 horsepower. That's just a monster in my world. Here's the pressure switch busted off, right? So needs some work, and if it can't be fixed up, then we have some pretty interesting parts here. For example, I think this would be scrapped if it doesn't pump anymore, but this could possibly be the basis of a big 3-phase rotary converter. I have a 5-horse, but now I have some bigger equipment. I might need something a little bit larger, so that might be a solution there. If the tank holds air and isn't dangerous, then that's a great reservoir. Can't really go wrong with a little bit of extra storage in your air system. And there's some plumbing here that may be useful too. So this will be a lot of fun at some point, but I just don't have time right now to deal with it. And I'm not gonna have time to deal with it over the next several months either. So I need to do something with this that makes it easy to shove out of the way and not worry about. I just gotta make the move up north and then be put somewhere that's not in the way of all the other things we need to do first. So I dug up some old wheels, and I'd like to figure out some way to put them somewhere about right there, basically right underneath the pump, with some kind of a tongue, basically like a yard cart for this air compressor. I've had the 2 ends of an old rusty axle sitting around for a long time. It's the basic 5 on 4.5 trailer wheel pattern here. This end was really rusty, so I just cut off what really wasn't usable. This side looks a whole lot better, but it's a little bit shorter. I don't know, I think we can possibly make this into something useful finally for this project. We've got the Brent bracket system. I don't want to get too terribly involved, but here's what I'm thinking. I dug up this rusty pipe. These axles slide into without a whole lot of play. I could put gem bolts here and here, like if this is the top. So yeah, basically here, here, there, and there. Same thing on this end to cinch those axles into place, and then now we have actually one solid axle. And then do the jam bolt thing here as well, either in a T configuration or, which for some reason I'm leaning towards this. I like this idea because it allows me to slide the smaller tube all the way through and adjust to fit fore and aft instead of having a dead end like this. The downside of doing it like this is my elevations are different, so you know, everything's a compromise, but this is what I'm leaning towards anyway. I guess if I was going to do it like that, I'd just center it. That would work pretty well. Then the tube could be inserted here, come out this way, act as a tongue and support to the front of the thing. I even have an old trailer jack that's been in the corner for a while with one of our bracket attachments here. So that could go up here on what's acting as the tongue. And if I really need it, this 2-inch coupler, I think that's what it is, slides right over the top of a 2.5-inch tube, which is what would be coming out of here. I just have to drill some holes for that. So we can use this if we need it. But like I said, I really don't have time to be messing with this. I have a long list of other things to do. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to knock it out real quick and then move on. This may give us a better idea of what we have planned here. We'll take a piece like this, lock it down, and then if we need to, like this is a cross brace, right? The unit will sit right there. If we need another one up here, we can do that. Whoa, stay put, please. I might have to work on these a little bit. There we go. That gets the point across anyway. These are just, I guess that's pretty obvious. These are just to be kind of a gusset situation. But yeah, so we can put another bar across here if that's what we need to do. Need to drill a bunch of holes, 8 holes, and weld 1/2-inch nuts in all of those places and weld the whole thing together. Let's see where we are. I have a mark right here, and if the vise is trimmed in correctly, meaning parallel to the travel of the table, the tip of our drill should be right in the middle again. That looks pretty close. The real test will be on the far end. Same spot. I'll take it. The original plan was to put these gussets here, actually more like that. And I think it's clear that I don't have space for that. So I could, and I did consider just leaving it like this. That, I mean, that's probably strong enough, but since I can, I think I'm gonna slice one of these into 2 triangles. And I'll put a triangle on each side like this. I got plenty of room for it. Gives me a little bit of stickum, and I'll just feel better about it holding. So my wheels have some problems. If it really doesn't work out with the tires, I'm not replacing those things. I could just go on the rim and not worry about it. But it looks like the leak is not the tire, it's the bead. So where it's sealing to the rim must have gunk in there. We may be able to clean that out. The valve stem is, there you go, giving up. I have some of these, and I have a tire changer. So let's see if we can save the pneumatic feature of these wheels. I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. This tire is not savable. And I think the rim is completely rusted inside. Also not savable. It'll never seat. I mean, we can wire brush it off and use sealant and stuff, so I can't say never, but not gonna be worth it. So we will probably be running these right on the rim, and that's all right. It's a yard cart. Now, if we really like this idea, we could weld a plate along there. I don't really see a need to, but we could do that if we want to at some point. But yeah, all of this is where the leak was. And I would guess that this wheel was aired up at gas stations where those air compressors are just full of water. So we have some metal wheels. That'll work. We're in between squalls during Hurricane Helene, so we have an opportunity to maybe get this thing up on wheels and get it back under its cover. Let's knock this out. The plan is jack it up, build the thingy underneath it, then jack it up further, put the wheels on it. Shouldn't be too tough. Go back, go back. Okay, I think we got it. It's not pretty, but it'll work. I messed around with the axle position a little bit. I ended up moving it forward some to get the balance such that there was enough tongue weight that it's stable, but it's light enough that I can lift it up. A couple tie downs just to keep things basically in place. I'll be able to roll this onto a trailer for transport. And here's the real inspiration for this little project. I can park it on gravel. I've been palletizing things a lot, like some of the machines in the garage, and using a pallet jack to move them around on flat concrete. That's great when I have it, but I don't always have it, especially for a lower value machine like this one. So it'll live under a lean-to on gravel until we get a chance to maybe clean it up or part it out or whatever we do with it. Sometimes we do some impressive things and sometimes we do this, but we always keep the project alive and drive the dream. We'll see you next time.